Welcome everybody once again to the 1997 NR2003 Draft Series, coming to you for our second Bristol race of the year. We're here at the Great Coliseum of Racing. I'm Michael Paz alongside Darien Arnsdorff, bringing you the coverage. But the 28 degrees of banking isn't the challenge here today. It's going to be passing.
Yeah, the passing here is going to be very difficult today. It's Bristol Motor Speedway, so it's a given that it's going to be single files, one line most of the time around here. Low lead changes to be expected. Last year's race here, Rusty Wallace got the win. Led 353 of the 500 laps. Jeff Gordon, who came home in second, led 99. No one else led more than 21 laps in this race. So how do you get past people? Either hope they get stuck behind lap cars, hope they get loose or tight, or just send them out the way, you know? Use what the team gave you on the front bumper and move them out of the way. As now we look over to the point standings, and Michael, that gap's really starting to grow at the top of the standings.
Yes, it is. Everybody below second and below has got to be a bit concerned right now on how far Dale Earnhardt is getting away from everybody. 143 points the gap between him and second place Bobby Hamilton. Everybody else in the top 7, Derek Cope, Dale Jarrett, Jeff Gordon, Ricky Rudd, they all still have a chance, and they're all racing close together. But when the leader keeps getting away like that, you got to be concerned that, hey, this might be our championship hopes. We could lose it here in the next few races if we're not careful.
Yeah, most definitely. It's a very tough situation when you see the gap is that big. 143 back to Hamilton. I mean, look at the gap between first and second and third and fourth. It's the exact same between them. 143 points from Earnhardt to Hamilton and Cope to Jarrett. So you got to start thinking, if you're fourth on back, you need to get really worried about your championship hopes here. And one thing I want to mention, looking down at fifth, sixth, and seventh, look at that gap there between Gordon and Shepard. 12 points separates those three cars, and that could be a big difference at season's end in terms of payout, especially, you know?
Definitely even if you're not going to get the championship, every standing you can advance is going to be a lot better for your payout. It's going to look a lot better for you. And hey, getting a top 5 in points sounds a lot better. It's small, but it sounds a lot better than getting a top 10 in points. And we'll take one also quick look down at the bottom half of the standings. There's also going to be a fight for the top 35 in points, most notably owners' points. Mike Bliss, Kevin Harvick, two guys did not make the race. They're barely above the top 35 cutoff. Meanwhile, guys like Jeremy Mayfield and Mike McLaughlin did make the race, so they'll have a chance to go ahead and make up some points on that gap. But right now, we're going to focus on our starting lineup, because who is on pole today? The number 73 for Cranefus Haas Racing, Ricky Craven. And alongside him, the number 4 of Jeff Burton. Row 2 is then going to be the 36 of Hermie Sadler, alongside the 3 of Derek Cope. Row number 3, the 33 of Terry Labonte, alongside the 30 of Rusty Wallace. Row 4, the other Labonte, Bobby Labonte, and the 99 of Ricky Rudd. And to round out the top 10, Jack Sprague, one of the rookies. He's had an absolutely stellar year, alongside Jeremy Mayfield, the driver who we were just talking about. With the top 10 starting spot, you got to know that's got to give his team a little bit of confidence going into today.
Gives them confidence, but it also worries them because you're starting on the outside line, you know? As we look through the rest of their top 20 here, row number 6, we'll see Ron Hornaday Jr. starting next to Ward Burton. The two Darrell Waltrip cars starting up right next to each other in 10th and 12th. Good starting position for both of them. Row 7, we see a pair of Hendrick cars, David Green and Dale Earnhardt Jr., 24 and 48 right next to each other there. Row number 8, we see Ken Schrader. He's starting next to Bobby Hamilton. In row number 9, we'll see Johnny Benson Jr., teammate to Ricky Craven, who's on pole. He'll be starting next to Mike Skinner. And then rounding out your top 20 will be the 87 of Joe Nemechek and the 22 of Mark Martin.
And looking at the second half of the field, we're going to see the number 18, Michael Waltrip, for the Joe Gibbs Racing Pontiac, alongside the number 25 of Steve Park. Behind them in 23rd, it'll be the 43 of Dale Earnhardt, our points leader, who's everybody's been chasing, starting right in the middle of it, alongside the number 28 of Harry Gant. 25th is Mike McLaughlin in the 16, alongside the number 9 of Morgan Shepherd. Then in 27th, Bill Elliott in the number 98 car, alongside the 6th of Jeff Gordon, another one of the championship contenders. To round out your top 30 will be the number 7 of Ernie Irvin, alongside the number 31 of John Andretti.
Looking at the last bit of the field here, we'll see the number 42 of Sterling Marlin starting next to Jim Sauter in row 16. Sauter still taking over for the injured Randy LaJoy in the 29 at Diamond Ridge. Hope to see Randy come back fairly soon. Row number 17, we'll see Tom Bodine starting next to the 2 at Dale Jarrett. Row 18 is Joe Ruttman and Wally Dallenbach. Row 19, Kyle Petty and Lake Speed. Lake Speed needs a good run here today, trying to get closer in that fight for the top 35 winners points. The 88 car currently sits around 37th winners points, I believe, so definitely needing a good run here today. Run when you see Ted Musgrave starting next to Donnie Neuenberger. Donnie Neuenberger making his second start of the year. First one came back at Martinsville way earlier in the season. And he's going to hope to last a lot longer than he did in that race, where he only finished 16 laps and came home dead last. Rounding out the field, row 21, we see Robbie Gordon in the number 77. He's starting next to Jeff Purvis. And rounding out the field in row 22, we see the 41 of Lyndon Amon.
And one of the things I always like to point out is the guys at the back half of the field who only can sometimes make a few starts a year. Donnie Neuenberger was one of them, as Darien was talking about. He made those 16 laps at Martinsville, finished last, and now he's going to have another chance to do it again. But another guy, Jeff Purvis, he's made 2 starts this year, and his last one was all the way at Talladega. He finished 31st. That was his best finish of the year, with a 37th, also at Martinsville. So Darien, I ask you, what does a track like this, what kind of opportunities might it present for the 92 and the 47?
I think the main thing is just stay alive, you know? I feel like we're expecting a lot of cautions here today. I feel like if you're someone like Neuenberger and Purvis, just try to stay out of trouble for the most part here today. And it should at least give you a top 35, top 30 by the time we're all said and done here.
And then one guy we'll look at real quickly in the back half of the field, Lyndon Amick. I think for a lot of people it's still fresh in the mind of the heartbreak at Indianapolis, to where he came up just a few laps short on fuel from getting a second place finish and potentially even a win.
Yeah, it was a tough loss for Lyndon Amick. Hopefully he can do a bit better here today, as we are ready to race here at Bristol Motor Speedway.
Kranefuss Haas in that Red Bull Pontiac. We'll see what they can do. They got 175 laps to go, though, as the green flag waves, and we are green at Bristol. And there's your reminder of how short the laps are. We're already complete with lap 1. Ricky Craven leads unopposed. Hermie Sadler gets out to second. They duel for third, but Jeff Burton looks like he's going to lose third. Could lose more.
Yeah, it's Terry Labonte moving up in the 33. And now here comes the 1 of Sprague, trying to get past the 21 of Labonte. Nearly a battle there for 4th place, as Burton is still leading positions in that 4 car.
He is still, as Jack Sprague gets around the 21 of Bobby Labonte. And he almost might go 3 wide. He's got 2. Oh no! He got turned by the 5, and there goes Rick. David Green into the wall hard.
Oh, why? Oh, look at those guys on the outside.
And we have a caution.
Well, that was eventful.
We knew cautions were expected. I just wasn't expecting it so quickly. Kind of caught me off guard.
That came out of nowhere, it seems. Lap number 5, we're already under caution here at Bristol.
We kind of saw it live as it happened. But it all started with the 5-car Ron Hornaday got up to the 21, got him loose into the 24. He's out of control. And right into the wall. He went up.
Yeah, I'm still baffled at how some of these guys avoided that wreck on the outside line there. That was insane wreck avoidance to get away from this.
The 6 of Jeff Gordon, I think, was the best indicator of that. It's getting on board with him. There's the cars all in a parking lot, and then he just follows Harry Gant out of it and makes up a lot of the positions very quickly here.
He probably passed like 15 cars there doing that. And poor Michael Waltrip, nowhere he could go in that 18 car. Same with Ken Schrader.
Ward Burton,
a lot of those guys in the back.
The 30 of Rusty Wallace got some damage.
Saw the 88 Lake Speed, don't know about like a Neuenberger or a Purvis, but
Hamilton has some visible damage as well. You can see that the front of his hood's come up. If we go to his onboard camera, you can see it pretty well. It looks like the hood's it's still holding on, but I don't know for how long. And here he comes to pit road. Him, 18, and several others involved in the crash. So caution pretty early. We'll take a minute, get things sorted, and we'll come back to you for the restart. And welcome back to the 1997 NR2003 Draft Series at Bristol. We've got some updates to report. The 24, David Green, who was involved in that accident, has retired from the race, and the 11 has also had a mechanical failure, which has taken him out of contention as well. 41 cars still remain, all on the lead lap. The 10 is missing his hood, but we're all still good, as we are green.
watch the one here, Sprague. Looking to make a move on Labonte already.
There's Amit coming off the pit road.
Linden, look out.
Yeah, merging's gonna be fun right now with that 41 car. Oh no, that did not merge well.
You know, I think that was to be expected. Not good.
And the 41 can tag on another bad weekend to the last few weeks. As that happened, here's Amick coming off the pit road. And he's going to try to merge going into turn 1 and dive spawn the 16. Gets contact from the 7. And parking lots, 5 or 6 other cars. Ernie Irvin, heavy damage. 38, Ted Musgrave had some damage. 18 was on pit road. You know, I think this is going to be a start these drivers are going to want to forget.
Yeah, yeah. Is it bad that I also feel like this is about to continue?
Cautions breed like rabbits at Bristol, and unfortunately, that means we have a couple of periods like this. Hopefully we can get things sorted and have a little bit of a green flag run. But we'll take another break and we'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone, to the 1997 NR2003 draft series from Bristol. We have a third retiree from the race. That is the 7 of Ernie Irvin. Lyndon Amick and Michael Waltrip have gone a lap down. 38 cars still remain on the lead lap. Ricky Craven is still your leader. He's led us through the first 2 cautions as the pace car comes off. Once again, 2 lapped cars on the inside. We'll see how that affects everybody. And we're green again. And look at that stack up. Got cars immediately trying to go to the inside. Ron Hornaday leading the charge.
Hornaday's going to get the lead here. Easy run on the inside line. The outside just doesn't work here at Bristol. Hornaday, Craven side by side for the lead. Heading through 1 and 2. Hornaday will finally get clear and take the lead.
Easy shot to the lead for that one. And then we got Jeff Burton in second. That's Joe Nemechek up to third, past the 73 of Craven. Fifth, Ricky Rudd trying to also get around Craven. Craven right now is losing a lot of positions. He's got to get down to the inside quickly.
Here comes the 16 of Gilliland. Haven't really seen much of him.
Quick note that Mike McLaughlin right now getting around Craven as well.
Oh, damn it. Look, folks, it's been a while since we had a race. I may or may not have forgotten. It's been a while.
You see Harry Gant, the one of Jack Sprague as well. And Craven continues to drop. Right now, he's stuck behind the 41 of Lyndon Amick. And he is out of the top 10 by now. Down to 11th.
And here comes Steve Park as well. Goodness. Haven't really seen him either. Oh, Craven finally gets down to the inside, though.
And we see 3 wide behind. Almost for a second there. Ward Burton backs out of it, I think, very wisely. We saw the last time what happened when they went 3 wide.
I was about to say, these guys have a death wish.
We head back up front. There's the 5, Ron Hornaday, trying to hold off Jeff Burton. That's actually the lap for Michael Waltrip leading these guys. And if the 5 can't pass the 18 pretty quickly here, well, that's just going to give the opportunity more and more for the number 4.
Might even allow like the 87 and 99 to close in.
Ron's got to start doing those things we were talking about earlier. Try to force him up to the outside, maybe give him a little nudge. Almost just saw a nudge.
Oh, Burton went wide.
Here comes Nemechek. And to the inside, Nemechek takes second place.
Roush Brigade on the inside line now. 87 and 99.
And Burton falls to 4th. Meanwhile, Hornaday, there's a slight gap opening up, but it is not enough for Hornaday to get around that lapper.
Now, one thing I will say, in practice was sunny, and they could get past the slower cars rather easily. Today's race is cloudy. You have to wonder if that might be a reason as to why they can't exactly get past these lap cars that easily. Here comes Nemechek for the lead.
To the inside. We can't get past lappers. We can't get past other guys for position as Nemechek takes the lead from the 5 of Ron Hornaday.
Now here comes Rudd trying to make it a Roush 1-2 here. He's got it. 87.99, the 1-2.
But like you were saying on that, if it really is a difference of cloud cover being able to affect if these guys are able to make that pass, I think that's going to really affect how this race goes on. Because, I mean, I know that's like getting stuck behind slower cars. I've done it all the time on I-90, but it is even worse when you're in a race car going on 28 degrees of banking at almost 130 miles an hour.
Most definitely. And yeah, they're only running about 17.4s. I don't know how the back of the field's running. Because we can actually start to see the back half of the field here on our cameras.
And Nemechek to the inside. Trying to get around that lapper of Michael Waltrip, and he does.
You can see the lap car up ahead going through turn 4. I don't know who that was. It's Neuenberger in the 47. His last lap time was a 17:57. We'll see how Nemechek's was. 17:2. So we might be catching Neuenberger here in about 10 laps, 15 laps time, I'd assume.
I think so. And then from Neuenberger, because Neuenberger's pretty alone right now. There is nobody around him. Until you get to Andretti, Dale Earnhardt Jr. at the back half of the field. They're about another 4 or 5 seconds up the road. That'll be something to watch in these next 20, 30 laps. Ron Hornaday Jr. trying to get a position back from the 4. Jeff Burton, Ricky Craven trying to do the same as well. Finally back into the momentum, going towards the top 5. Not that far up front, we see Jack Sprague. He got around the 99. Ricky Rudd up to second position. And there's Steve Park, who, if you recall, started around, I believe it was 15th or so. And now he's up into the top 10, currently in 7th, catching a group of 3 cars.
Great run by Park so far in this one. As there goes Harry Gant on the 73, easy move there. See if Park can make a move here soon.
I think one thing to note that's just interesting is that even though this is still our half-mile short track, these cars feel a lot very spread out compared to years past.
Might have a battle for lead on our hands here. Here comes Sprague.
Inside, Nemechek takes it immediately. Nemechek was not able to put up much of a fight there. He's still on the outside, but Sprague should be able to clear through turns 1 and 2, and he does.
That one car is flying right now, Michael. Jack Sprague is absolutely on another level.
Really good run for that number 1 car. He's kind of there's 5 stellar rookies this year. 4 of them are at Hendrick, and he's the 5th man of the group. You know, when it comes to Rookie of the Year standings, he's only about 100 points behind Dale Earnhardt Jr. And those 4, Hendrick and Sprague, already have like a big 500-point gap over the rest of the rookies in the field. So he's doing a pretty good name for himself in that second Bill Davis racing car.
It's really impressive to see how quickly Sprague has adapted to the Cup Series. He's been running in the trucks for the last couple of years and now driving the 1 car for Bill Davis. And he is just absolutely flying right now. I mean, short track's absolutely bread and butter for a truck series driver, you know? So, very cool to see Sprague running as good as he is.
As he catches Donnie Neuenberger. See how easy that pass is for him. Neuenberger goes a little bit high. He stays out of the way. That's going to allow Sprague get to the inside make the pass, and that'll allow him to get a little bit of distance, continue getting distance on the 87 and Nemechek, almost up to a 1 second gap between first and second. Last thing on Sprague is that actually, funny enough, even though he's been doing a lot of short tracks are his specialty, his first win came at Daytona just a few weeks ago. As you see, Nemechek to the inside, trying to get to the inside of the 47 in Neuenberger. Might be a little bit too close to the bumper to try to make a pass just yet.
There he goes. Got it. Goodbye, Donnie.
And here comes the train. As soon as that happened, you saw 3 cars, the 99, the 5, now the 28. Like, hey, I want to do that too.
Now the main question is how far back is Sprague from the rest of the field?
Oh, he's closing pretty quickly, and Harry Gant's going to lose a position actually to Ricky Craven. You see right here. They're still side by side. And there's the clearing. And Steve Park's going to try to do the same. Get around Harry Gant as well. So we head back up front to the number 1. The gap is almost 2 seconds now. Sprague continues to fly.
Right in front of him.
Yep.
Sprague.
There it is.
That down.
Exactly 6-7 cars I see that are going to be the next challenge for the one of Sprague. The good news is that he has a 2 second gap to work with, because you know, I don't think I've seen anybody check out from the field this much at a short track this year.
This season we definitely haven't. It's a bit rare whenever we see someone check out like this, but just really proves how strong that one car is right now here at Bristol.
They really have their setups in order, and take a quick look here. The fuel level is 186 laps, but the tires, I think, have pushed us a little bit more towards 70 or 80 laps. And I don't believe much of the field has pitted yet, so we could start seeing pit stops in that range as we see Sprague go around Jeff Perkins.
Well, don't forget, we have had 2 cautions as well, so I'd probably expect maybe around lap 75 to 80 for pit stops for those who haven't pit. For those who have pit, I'd probably assume around like lap 100 maybe.
Which, if that's the case, it's going to be really interesting to see. We're expecting this race is going to be a 2-stopper, but you never know. The right cautions, someone could turn it into a 1-stop race and then absolutely surprise us all and the rest of the field.
I would be extremely shocked if this becomes a 1-stop race for those at the front, because obviously you can't make it 175 laps if you have to pit around every 75. Now, for those who would pit around lap 100, if they can make it there, then it could get fairly interesting then, I think. But other than that, I don't think there's any reason to believe this is going to go less than 2 stops.
Yeah, very valid point there. The gap fell a little bit that time, but from 2.5 seconds to 2.4, as Sprague is quietly nudging John Andretti out of the way, puts him a lap down, leaving just 35 cars on the lead lap. But he's making quick work of these lappers so far.
Yeah, he's making incredibly quick moves on all these guys. It's extremely impressive to see. Like, Sprague just knows where to go, when to go, and it's just working out so perfectly right now for that one car bet. It's almost like you just know he is the best driver here today.
I'll be really curious to see if that continues. If, say, we have another round of pit stops and he doesn't have the lead, if he still has that ability to slice his way through the field, then I would definitely be impressed. Let's take a look.
He's
back.
already a half lap ahead almost of 10th place, so...
Oh yeah, 8 seconds to 10th. That's I don't think you need to be a stats expert to say that's pretty good.
Fairly decent, I think.
And there's second place, who's almost now 3 seconds behind. Joe Nemechek got around Purvis, still has a couple of cars to get through. On lap number 70, we've kind of touched on most of our top 10 so far. At the end of it, Dale Jarrett, who we were just talking about, 8.5 seconds behind, trying to go for 9th on the inside of Bobby Labonte.
Is the 26-4 position?
Yes, he is.
Oh my.
That is Jeremy Mayfield from Darrell Waltrip Racing, who's kind of made himself a little bit notable this year for having the most up and down year. He misses the Daytona 500, and that's rough, but almost a little bit expected. Winning at North Carolina the next weekend was definitely not expected.
I think that might be like the single biggest upset we have had so far this season. So... it was extremely impressive to see Mayfield pull that off that quickly and rebound after a miserable weekend in Daytona.
Now this is where it gets interesting. Since that win, though, he's had 5 DNQs and only 2 top 20s. So, not the good kind of inconsistent year.
Yeah. It's difficult to say, like, he's been good. Like, he's definitely not been bad.
We got pitters.
Uh-oh.
Jeff Burton was in, the 30 was in, 21. A lot of the leaders coming in this time. And the 87 has taken over the lead. He leads by 2 seconds over the 28 of Harry Gant. Almost collides with the 9 of Morgan Shepherd as he came off the track. Thankfully he did not, though. And there's the 10, Bobby Hamilton, who we were talking about without a hood. Currently was listed in 22nd position, but likely to lose points to Dale Earnhardt today.
Yeah, and that's really rough considering, like, how large the points gap is between them, you know? Like, 143 points coming in is a massive gap.
Yeah, 40 to 50 points short of a full race. And that's a lot of ground to try to make up in just how many races? This is our 22nd.
Yeah, we have 10 races to go after this. So, not looking great for those like Hamilton right now.
But it is looking great, actually, for the number 72 of Kyle Petty, who gets the 5 bonus points for leading a lap.
Yeah, and he's just now coming into the pits. Jack Sprague retakes the lead. And look at the gap he has now over Joe Nemechek, Michael.
It got down to 2 seconds right before pit stops, and it is right back up to an even larger gap than it was beforehand. Now almost 5 seconds for Jack Sprague as he is lapped all the way up to 22nd.
This could go down potentially as the single most dominant race we have ever seen out of a driver. I don't think that's too far-fetched to say so far.
No, it is not. This is... It is a very dominant performance. But this is racing. This is motorsports. Things tend to go awry at the most random times. That has happened before. We've seen it happen before. And I think right now, if you're someone in, say, 9th or 10th, like Dale Jarrett and Bobby Labonte, and you're 10 seconds back, then I think that's exactly what you're hoping for.
Yeah, and I was going to say, like, 10 seconds back to the 8th place, 9th place position. I don't think we've ever seen anything like that at any race so far this season, Michael.
It is. It's absolutely boggling. Mind-boggling. That's the best way I can put it. As Jeff Gordon goes the lap down. 5th in the standings, mind you.
I mean, this has just been insanity, how well Sprague's been cutting through the field to be this high up in halfway through the race. We're just past halfway now, and Sprague is still just that good. Oh, here comes Gordon, though.
Gordon wanting to try to get his lap back, forces Sprague to the outside. Ward Burton going to try to get his lap back as well.
Essentially a battle for second as well, the 99 and the 87. 3/10 of a second between them.
Rudd trying to close in on the 87 of Nemechek, who was trying to work around the 29 of Jim Sauter.
I mean, these guys are struggling to get past, like, Sauter and stuff, while Sprague is making passes on, like, Jeff Gordon, you know? Like, it's just unbelievable how much different the one car is compared to the rest of the field, you know?
I know his pit box is probably going to be pretty popular after the race, with some guys trying to take some notes on wondering exactly what did he do on his setup to get into a situation like this, leading by 5.1 seconds over everybody else. You see some of the other guys who have been knocking times. Amick is down 6, Michael Waltrip down 5, Neuenberger down 2, everybody else just 1 lap down. Last car on the lead lap is the number 30. That is Rusty Wallace, who just went a lap down that time. And right ahead of them, Jeremy Mayfield, who we were just talking about, was in 11th. He lost 8 positions during the pit cycles, and he could potentially be in danger of going a lap down.
You know, I'm just now thinking I probably shouldn't say this, because we're just past a pit cycle, but I remember I said around lap 15 how I fully expected the cycle of cautions to continue on as bad as they were. I'm very pleasantly surprised right now. We have gone about 75, 80 laps under green so far, even through a pit cycle, so I'm very impressed with how we're going right now.
And a bit of a silver lining maybe showing itself, I think, over the next few laps. With Ward Burton and Jeff Gordon able to get by the one of Jack Sprague. The gap did go down a little bit. It just went up again. But I'm really curious to see how this, if the one car is going to be able to maintain his 5-second gap or not.
I feel like as long as he can just stay the pace he is right now, he'll be fine, you know? Like, so many things would have to go wrong for him to lose a 5-second lead in 75 laps, you know?
Yeah. I thought it was going down for a second, but I think I'm trying to Jack Sprague for a lap or two. And go a little bit wide. Goes wide again. It's going to get Sprague a good opportunity to try to get down the inside. Get around Jeff Gordon. Gordon is maintaining the pace. Pretty good right now. Lappers ahead for Jack Sprague to try to catch as well. Never ends right now for that one car.
I feel like Sprague is fairly content staying put. Now we have Ricky Rudd up to second place, by the way. It seems like they are battling back there for second, and they're still behind Jim Sauter. Like, there is no reason for Sprague to push the issue at all right now, you know?
Yeah. As Nemechek retakes third, Harry Gann goes to fourth, Ron Hornaday falls 2 spots to fifth. Dallenbach's a lap down in 30th. Steve Park in 6th, trying to join the fray. Ooh, Dallenbach got to the inside of the 5, forced him up the track. But not able to complete the pass. It's not for position. And a quick note over here, up in 10th position, the 38 of Ted Musgrave. When it comes to driver, there's a lot of drivers we think we haven't heard from a lot this year. Ted Musgrave is definitely a driver that we have not heard much from.
Yeah, Musgrave has mostly been outside the top 30 every time we go to a race. I mean, he's, what, 44th in driver's points right now, so he has not done much of anything, and it's really cool to see that 38 car up here in the top 10.
Yeah, he's missed the last 5 out of 6 races. Made Watkins Glen finish 27th there. Right now, currently top 10, almost 11 seconds behind the one of Jack Sprague. Which still, it's a top 10. I don't think he's going to question how far he's behind the leaders.
When this is your first time we're showing speed all season, I don't think you care how far behind you are from the leader. You could go a lap down, 2 laps down, and as long as you're top 10, you're top 10. You don't care, you know?
Yeah. It's not that we're good, it's that we don't suck.
Exactly.
I think everybody feels like their cars must suck because the gap continues to get larger and larger.
And again, like I've mentioned, Sprague is not pushing. He has not made a pass on anyone in quite a few laps. He's just been sitting, and the gap keeps growing. So, like, what's the point, you know? finally gets around the 33 of Labani. Or at least trying to get past him.
That will put just 20 cars on the lead lap. Once again, I don't know what more to say than Jack Sprague whips the field.
It's difficult to know what to say in a race like this, you know? Because, like, it's been so one-sided ever since we took the green flag for the third time, you know? It's like, Sprague has been a runaway freight train, and there has been nothing the field can do about it. And now look at Dale Earnhardt. He might go a lap down here soon.
Currently in 17th position, could lose one to Gordon Burton. He does. And a bit of a silver lining might show for him. Some of the guys who've been trailing him in points. Dale Jarrett especially, 4th in points. Currently running 8th.
A good chance for Jarrett to close back up, especially considering he's down by 341 on Earnhardt. He really needs this. And now you have to think, if the caution comes out, Earnhardt's going to lap down. Which would be massive.
With how many spots he's losing, I really wish we had the ability to listen in on their radios, because I would want to hear what Dale Earnhardt is saying right now.
Probably many things we are not allowed to say on TV, Michael.
It would be a wall of the censor bar, but it would be funny.
Don't believe us? Just look at Kurt Busch.
And yeah, just 18 cars on the lead lap. Rusty Wallace trying to look to the inside, make it 19 once again. And I want to point out a thing I just noticed. Ward Burton and Jeff Gordon were almost down in about 20th, and were going to be lapped. But since Jack Sprague has caught up to them, they've made it a point to push through the field. And now Jeff Gordon is within the top 15.
Is Hamilton 4th position, or is he multiple down?
No, he is 15th without a hood.
What? Hopeless Wonders top 15. I've seen it all.
Aerodynamics are not in play here at Bristol. And it's oh no! Jeff Purvis got turned into the wall by Derek Cope. And that's Johnny Benson Jr. Lake Speed, the 63 as well.
Hey Michael, you know what I was saying about the caution?
What a dang coincidence.
That came out of nowhere, my god!
But, we can't officially report something happened. Something happened.
We no longer need to consult the graph. Something has happened.
So Purvis is in 36, Derek Cope is 16th, and...
What? Cope just killed him!
I think Cope's having a bad day.
Derek Cope just flat out wrecked the 92 of Jeff Purvis. Like, I've got nothing for that one. That was just plain wrecking a guy. But now we're probably going to have pit stops here, Michael. And I'm scared.
We'll see how that goes. Here we go. I just saw the one was in. Yeah, Jack Sprague does make his pit stop. So does the 99, the 5, and others. Does anybody on the lead lap stay out?
I feel like you'd be insane to stay out, though, is the thing.
Jeff Gordon currently staying out, though. Or has he just not made it around to his pit stop yet? We'll get it all sorted out for you when we return. Welcome back, everyone, to the 1997 NR2003 Draft Series at Bristol. We're about to go green, and there is a lot of lapped cars on the inside, and even some cars about to go a lap down ahead of Jack Sprague, so he will not lead us to green. That is the 4 of Jeff Burton. The laps have flown by. Lap 132 of 175, but we still got a bit to go. We're green once again.
Question's going to be who will be first at the inside line. Whoever gets down there first is going to take the lead.
Right now it's a lot of lappers. Ricky Craven in second position, looking for a gap on the inside, but one's formed between him and Sprague right now.
Oh,
there's Steve Park, and there's almost a crash behind him. Mike McLaughlin
saved it!
He saved it and got past that 3 wide. I don't know how, but he did.
Still 3 wide farther back, though.
Oh, Topo Dino, and there goes the 63. Around he goes. How did nobody hit him? Uh-oh, Johnny Andretti is going to get turned.
Oh, Craven! Wait, Steve Park is taking the lead! Steve Park!
We've got a lot to get to here. Here's the incident that brought up the caution. The 63 just gets bottlenecked with the 99. Nobody touches him. That is absolutely amazing that the 63 did not get wrecked there. And then as they were coming to the stripe, we just saw Danny Neuenberger got into the 31 of John Andretti. But the real question comes from the number 25 of Steve Park. He somehow... So when all of that was happening behind them, the 25, he was all alone, so he could get to the inside real quickly. Sprague was still stuck to the outside. And here comes Park. And Sprague trapped behind the 21. There he goes to the inside, gets a good distance, and he takes the lead as they come to the caution flag.
That is a massive spot for Steve Park. Jack Sprague has led for over 100 laps at this point. And now Steve Park just stole the lead like that. We'll take one more break here, under 40 laps to go. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty here at Bristol. Make sure to come on back and see how we end up.
Welcome back to the 1997 NR2003 Draft Series, where everything happened leading up to that caution. Great wreck avoidance by everybody, avoiding the spinning 63. But the real thing, focus on here, is the fact that Steve Park made the pass on Jack Sprague. Now he's going to be leading the field to green. Sprague is going to be in second, Nemechek third, Ricky Rudd fourth, and Ted Musgrave has moved up to sixth. Harry Gant in fifth. Ricky Craven had to go and make a pit stop, so he's starting all the way back in 24th as we are green once again. Lap number 141 of 175. And Park did not get going.
Yeah, well, I was about to say, once again, it's going to be a story of who can get to the inside first. The first of the lead lap cars to get down, they're going to have the lead. It's just going to be a matter of who and when. Less than 35 to go. You got to make your moves now.
There's a lot of lappers kind of blocking everybody. 25 in the one, still on the outside. Dallenbach, Lake Speed, 2 more of them.
Wide.
Dale trying to make it 3 wide. They are 3 wide further back. That's Donnie Neuenberger in the middle of it all. And and somehow we are sorted. But both the leaders still stuck on the outside lane.
I still can't see anyone on the lead lap who's on the inside. We are still at a stalemate here at Bristol so far. Hornaday! It's Hornaday!
Hornaday, the first car so far. He's got a perfect opportunity if the 4 cars ahead of him can get going. There's 1, there's 2.
The 98's also up here. Bill Elliott.
Here comes Ron Hornaday to the inside of the 25 of Steve Park. It's a Hendrick 1-2. Make it 1-2-3.
Not for much longer. Here comes the 98. And then the 2 Cranefuss Haas cars. Benson and Craven.
They were 24th and 25th when we restarted. And they are up to the top 10.
Make them the top 5, Michael. Here comes Derek Cope as well in the 3. Jeff Gordon in the 6.
You couldn't do that again if you tried.
Here comes the Red Bulls.
Ron Hornaday, your current leader. Bill Elliott in second. Cranefuss Haas 3 and 4. And Dale Jr. in the top 5. And just like that.
There goes the 73. Maybe Team Orders at play at Cranefuss Haas, trying to get the 73 out ahead.
And there's Jeff Gordon. He almost went a lap down when Jack Sprague was leading by 5 seconds. And now he's top 10.
We have reached pure insanity with 25 to go here at Bristol.
And there's the one of Jack Sprague. He's almost about to fall out of the top 10 right now to Jeremy Mayfield.
There's just nowhere to go.
Unbelievable things we're witnessing right now.
Where's the 43 at on track, actually?
Dale Earnhardt is, he's 32nd right now.
And Hamilton's on the lead lap, right?
The 10 car is 13th, yes.
Oh boy. It's about to get crazy.
And there's Dale trying to make his way past some of these other cars. But,
Dale just needs a caution at this point.
Yeah, to try to catch back up. Ron Hornaday Jr.
Literally from out of nowhere, by the way. Like, where did he come from?
With 21 to go, 20 to go when we cross the stripe this time. Bill Elliott in second, Ricky Craven rounding out the podium position as they are right now.
Thing is, though, Elliott and Craven need to get past the 18 here. Here comes the 73.
To the inside of Bill Elliott, and there he goes into second. But there is one car between him and the 5. He's got to get around that 18 soon.
At some point, you just gotta send him or push him to the inside. Here comes Waltrip!
Or push Waltrip to the inside of the 5. Here comes Ricky Craven.
Ricky Craven, don't forget, started on pole here today at Bristol. Cranefuss Haas have never won in the Cup Series, to my knowledge. And now Craven in position, coming up to 15 to go. And here comes Bill Elliott.
And he still can't pass the 18, but that doesn't matter at this point right now. As he finally gets to the inside. This race, once again, proving it's not over until it's over.
It has been pure madness here in Bristol, Tennessee. Look who's in the top 10, Michael.
That is Jeremy Mayfield, I see in 8th.
How about 10th place, the hoodless wonder, Bobby Hamilton. Unbelievable scenes here out of the Red Performance Motorsports camp.
And Sprague has fallen to 16th. How much more topsy-turvy could you get?
I don't know if you can get much more worse than this. 12 to go.
And if I remember correctly, that last caution was brought out by the 3 car.
Oh, here's the 5!
Oh, tried to send it
Didn't
in.
get there. He
top.
tried it. I respect it.
That was the 3 of Derek Cope getting into the 92 of Jeff Curtis, right? That's the last caution?
Yeah, the last caution.
And that's worked out well for Cope. He's up to 6th.
Actually, no, he brought out the 3rd caution. The 4th caution came out due to the 63.
Oh, right. Ruttons. So, the 3 has recovered well.
Ricky Craven up front, trying to hold on after starting on pole. He has not been the one dominating this race. That was the one of Jack Sprague. But Sprague screwed here today at Bristol, and now Ricky Craven is going to try and steal the spoils.
5 got to cut the pass. That 40 car, Todd Bodine, currently running in 30th. If he wants to get another shot, Ricky Craven tries to pass Mike McLaughlin, to no avail just yet.
Trying again here, down the inside, down the back, coming up to 6 laps to go. Ricky Craven has 2 cars between him and Ron Hornaday Jr. Michael, I do believe we have our man who will be going the victory lane in 5 laps time.
It is pretty open air for the 73 right now. The next car would have been Bobby Labonte in 28th, but there's still a distance, and the distance between first and second continues to grow. 1.5 seconds. That time around, now 1.7 seconds.
It is almost all but over. We are about to see a first-time winner in 1997. 3 laps to go for Ricky Craven. And all he has to do is bring it home, leading by over 2 seconds over Ron Hornaday Jr.
Hornaday trying to get to the inside of the 40, and he turns him around! He got turned around, but we're still green. We are still green.
What? What? How the hell is that option?
I don't know.
We'll take it. Hornaday is, or not Hornaday. Here comes Craven. One more time. He doesn't care whether it's yellow or checkers. It's all going to be the same result. Ricky Craven will come on the final corner to win at Bristol. Oh my goodness me.
His best finish before this year was 4th. And now he has the first win for Kranefuss Haas Racing in the Cup Series.
That was pure unbridled anarchy, Michael. What a race, what a finish. That was a very fun one, I believe, huh?
We were delightfully surprised by what transpired at the end there.
Your top 10 from this one, it's Ricky Craven, Ron Hornaday Jr., Jeff Gordon, Bill Elliott, Derek Copedale, Jeremy Mayfield, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Bobby Hamilton, and Hermie Sadler, the top 10. Jack Sprague, who led the most laps, will come home in 13th place. An incredible run that just did not pan out in the end for the one car. What that? My goodness, that was intense.
That last half especially, because we saw it firsthand there that it doesn't matter how much of a lead you have, it doesn't matter how dominant your car is. This is motorsports. Anything can and will happen, and it just happened to where Jack Sprague, him and Steve Park got caught on the outside, and they paid the price for it. Steve Park finished 19th, Jack Sprague 13th, and Ricky Craven, who on the last restart was 24th, made his way from 24th to 1st in the span of about 30 laps.
And Michael, you see what's next on the schedule. We had a great race here earlier in the season. We're heading on back to Darlington, South Carolina for the Southern 500. That'll be fun.
Oh, it's going to be definitely great. We've got some more stretch of these 1.5 mile ovals after that. We got Darlington, as you said, then Richmond, New Hampshire, and Dover. So I'm going to be really curious to see, can any of these tracks put on the short track chaos that we saw today? Everybody was so convinced. We thought we knew how it was going to end. And no, nobody knew how it was going to end.
That might be the single most insane pole to win I have ever seen in a race here in the Cup Series, Michael. Like, you are not going to look back at this race and think, oh yeah, the guy who started on pole was the guy who ended up winning by leading, 20 laps?
That was the most trampoline race you could do. You start out good, you drop back, and then you go right back up to the front. So congratulations to our trampoline man, Ricky Craven. As we take a look at the final results, 28 cars finished on the lead lap today, 40 finished, the 3 out, all went out early. Ernie Irvin, Mike Skinner, David Green. And this is going to be a really fun points thing when it's updated. So we'll have that all for you, of course.
Thankfully for the people watching on YouTube, they don't have to wait. They can just see it right on screen. But for us, we still need to figure this out. This will be fun.
We'll have it all for you on the Draft Series Network. But until then, I'm Michael Paz for Darien Arnsdorff. This is the Draft Series. What a race. And we will see you all next week at Darlington. Bye-bye.